easy way, or you can do it the hard way.
Considering everything about this is wrestling and non-stop action, what is possibly considered the easy way around here?
Hard way it shall be.
So I'm gonna put you in a fatal 4-way match because that totally is going to be John Cena's biggest challenge that he's ever faced, despite conquering odds more massive than this match ever will be.
John Cena does not have to be involved.
WWE practically brought back the fatal 4-way pay-per-view without actually doing it, given the big focus on the whole show is how John Cena only has a 25% chance of retaining the WWE Championship in a fatal 4-way match. Probably what made NXT think to bring in fatal 4-way just 2 months later. Sorry, I'm so used to what they look like in the present day. I'll just guess here. Jimmy Uso told Jey Uso that headbanging didn't make their entrance look cool and tapped his head to make him stop. The entrance of the Wyatt family is always spooky, but we didn't really need the child singing "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands" just for Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to appear. That only worked when Bray Wyatt brought out the children choir against John Cena. Man, that was so much fun. Damn it, Luke, the camera's over here.
Got on his cleanest dirty shirt.
I think Jerry Lawler has said that exact same line, word for word, in nearly every pay-per-view that Luke Harper competed at in the first run of the Wyatt family.
2 out of 3. King is...
Aw, come on, I wanted to jump in the ring and take that mask. Now it's broken. Thanks a lot for ruining my plan. What is with Luke Harper here? Trying to shove Eric Rowan into the crowd just to see what he looks like when he flips backwards? Hey, you suck! You suck! Good to know that fan had manners because he made sure to tell each Wyatt member that they suck one at a time instead of all at once. Good manners is so polite. Luke Harper tried to look intimidating to the Usos with his eyes wide open, but then had to blink when his hair got in them.
The only way to tell the brothers apart is by their tattoos.
Yeah, thanks for that information, Michael, but which tattoo are you referring to? Because they all look the freaking same.
Differentiating between Harper and Rowan. One's got a red beard.
Haha, fuck you.
It's over! Just like...
Jimmy Uso was fresh throughout the first 5 minutes of this match, and a single big boot was enough for him to get pinned on the first fall. Yet when Luke Harper does the same move later on after Jimmy suffers additional punishment, it doesn't work to get the victory. WWE logic.
Eric Rowan and Luke Harper.
Jeez, Justin Roberts, a little more enthusiastic next time, please. I get that the Wyatt family are the bad guys here, but you sound like you don't even want to be in the company. Yeah.
Does he have it here?
Luke Harper's shoulder came off the canvas well before the referee could ever finish the 3 count. The Wyatt family honestly got screwed out of this match if you ask me. Sheep Mask be like, I see you.
To his brother Jimmy. Harper tags.
Luke Harper seriously had to tag Eric Rowan 3 times before the referee realized what was going on. First the leg, ignored. Then the back, ignored again. Then the back again. Oh, you wanted to tag yourself in? My bad.
Top rope.
That one moment when Jimmy Uso connects the Whisper in the Wind with more effectiveness than Jeff Hardy, who almost misses his target every time.
Harper's got Jimmy Uso right where he wants him.
Luke was about to connect a powerbomb on Jimmy, then chooses to throw him off just to look at the fight going on outside the ring by Jey and Eric.
New tag team champions! New tag team champions!
Because Michael Cole repeated the phrase new tag team champions, he just jinxed the Wyatt family's momentum. You dumbass. Honestly, the moment this match is over, you might as well call it a night because this match just topped everything scheduled before they ever took place. Such a chaotic tag team title match and perhaps the best from the Wyatt family. Double superplex by Eric Rowan, something we rarely ever see in professional wrestling. Double center mover then. This match is so amazing to watch.
Harper says now it's over. Run to the kick. Oh, it's not even the...
Fight forever. Just fucking fight for the remainder of this 3-hour show. Who gives a shit about the rest of the card at this point? This match made it feel like a true battleground. What you got here is one of the most intense feuds heading into tonight. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. A war of revenge because of Seth betraying the Shield. Months of build-up for a highly anticipated match that ultimately does not even take place tonight. I gotta add in 30 sins because I feel bad for the excited fans in attendance.
He's been like a little cockroach. You know what I'm talking about.
Seth Rollins actually believes that Dean Ambrose would just say understandable have a nice day after what went down after Payback.
World.
How the hell did Seth not see Dean coming? Based off where Dean attacked him, he was in full view, or at least in Seth's peripheral vision. Now if he attacked him from behind, I could understand Seth not seeing him.
Not gonna screw this up.
Triple H is still talking to Dean Ambrose when the latter has already been escorted out of the arena by now. I don't think he heard you, Hunter.
What's the difference if the match starts back there or starts up here?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that it was supposed to be just a traditional singles match, not a falls count anywhere match.
Paige had one of the most shocking victories.
So we decided to undo that shocking victory by giving AJ Lee a shock title win when she returned, thus beginning a random game of hot potato with the Divas Championship. That's going to keep going for a few months now. Paige is applauding AJ Lee's entrance despite everything that went down. I think she got whacked in the head too much because why are you applauding the person who literally snuck up on you and took your title within minutes? This dude with the 33 pay-per-views in a row sign is either a planted fan or obviously lying. Unless he's secretly the guy who wears the bright green shirt and didn't come up with the gimmick until later, I don't know. Also, this asshole over here whose sign is begging AJ Lee to illegally marry an underage minor. The fuck am I watching here?
Battleground tonight, but you get SummerSlam.
The fans don't care about this Divas Championship match because they were chanting for CM Punk a few seconds ago, and now even the commentators don't give a rat's ass because they're busy promoting the WWE Network instead.
Two are best friends. I had no reason to doubt them yet.
Except for when AJ slapped the shit out of Paige, which led to Paige winning the title from her, and then AJ returning the favor a couple months later. But sure, let's pretend we have nothing to assume they're not actually friends.
Oh, and so is Paige.
Well, so much for trying to go tumbling out of the ring in a catfight, am I right?
This doesn't end well.
To consider herself lucky that AJ Lee did not land her head on her legs. That sunset flip powerbomb was poorly executed. AJ Lee probably kicked out of the Paige turn because the move was successfully connected instead of botched like on the night after WrestleMania. Never thought I'd say this, but try botching it. That worked last time.
AJ retains the championship.
Match wasn't that good, but AJ Lee beat Paige fair and square, which naturally means the latter must go to the back of the line due to losing her rematch. But guess what?
Thought long and hard about it.
Heel wrestler tries to form a team up with another heel wrestler in the upcoming multi-man match cliche. Skip the damn pre-show panel.
All week long. He is well.
Lana places Rusev's medal into the case, but accidentally shut the lid on the medal itself. Surprised Rusev didn't immediately go after her for that.
Shut up.
Prapusti. Poor Jack Swagger came into the arena to represent the United States in this match, but forgot to unroll the American flag before making his entrance.
And my phone ring.
Damn, the one time where I actually don't mind hearing Zeb Coulter talking about politics is when Lana immediately slaps him before he has the chance. Sounds just like real politics.
Again, and look at this.
Oh yeah, and that slap to Zeb from Lana instigates the pre-match assault between Jack Swagger and Rusev. Hey Jack, how many fingers am I holding up? That's correct, the same amount of times I'm gonna kick your ass in the ring. Lana finally realized that the strap connecting Rusev's medal was protruding out of the glass case and awkwardly reaches forward to fix it up. Is Rusev trying to wrestle Jack Swagger or strip him naked? I'm getting wildly uncomfortable watching this match. Lana, what exactly did you mean by Rusev crush again?
Triple H has just sent out a tweet. This is an historic night.
Triple H claims that tonight of all nights is very historic with major implications taking place, and after Battleground goes off the air, the only thing historic about it is Zeb Coulter actually rallying the WWE fans as a babyface.
You can't take no more.
A boot to the face conveniently causes Rusev to spin around and fall a different direction apparently. Jack Swagger has previously brought himself down to hyperextend his opponent's leg when the ankle lock is in, yet conveniently forgets to do that in a match like this one. Jack Swagger continues to apply the Patriot lock outside the ring when the referee counts him, which leads directly to the count-out win for Rusev. And honestly, by stupidly doing a submission outside the ring for a long period of time, Jack deserved that for being an idiot. Russian flags non-pyro. Like, what's the point of making an explosion noise just to roll down a flag? And a post-match assault too, because why the fuck not? What is the point of having a segment involving Stardust and Goldust when neither one is competing tonight or even being a participant in tonight's Battle Royal? No joke, this literally leads nowhere, except maybe for AEW. Dean Ambrose has been escorted out of the ring by Triple H and security, thus canceling tonight's match. Yet Seth Rollins still decides to head to the ring to have said match. Where's Hunter to call Seth an idiot when you need it?
Look at this, Ambrose!
You know what should have happened from this? Dean Ambrose arrives from out of nowhere, attacks Seth Rollins, and then maybe throw him in the ring so we can actually start the match promised to the fans? Just a suggestion.
Out here and finally security.
I know, right? Finally the security arrives. Took them nearly 3 minutes just to realize there's a brawl taking place from the one guy they threw out an hour ago.
This has turned into a brawl here at ringside.
This has been a brawl at ringside, Michael Cole. Or did you just fall asleep for the last 5 minutes or something?
This is personal as it gets.
Really? Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt is as personal as it gets? All that happened was Bray attacked Chris when he returned, said a couple of riddles, and here we are. It's not like he attacked Chris's family, kidnapped his kids, and burned his house down or anything.
Multimedia entertainment superstar.
I find it hilariously convenient that this promo video skipped over the fact that The Miz was the mystery global superstar returning that one night. Chris Jericho just ended up interrupting him. So Bray Wyatt attacked Chris Jericho because the latter failed to save us? Bruh, the Save Us Y2J thing was already addressed like 6 years ago. Where the hell have you been? Oh, now it's more deeply personal than ever before. Chris Jericho just knocked over the sacred rocket chair. Am I doing it right, Michael? Apparently Luke Harper can place his arms into the ring and the referee could care less about what's going on.
I'm world champion.
Is Bray Wyatt trying to figure out what he's going to do next or practicing his finger snapping technique? Bray Wyatt is likely not affected by any of Chris Jericho's knife-edge chops because he's secretly wearing a bulletproof vest underneath his shirt. Cheater.
This is my house!
Bray must have been watching Paige's matches before coming out to perform tonight. And also, you got a habit of constantly losing your matches against big-time opponents, so I wouldn't exactly perform the taunt routines right now. Damn, for a match that's been described as a match that's as personal as it gets, this crowd seems to have gone as quiet as it gets. I mean, folks, where's the lie?
Harper with a distraction.
Should we really be surprised that Bray Wyatt can connect punches without even coming close to contact with his opponents? He has been supernatural since arriving a year ago.
Rollins is a menace to society.
Even despite correcting himself on what he meant to say, I guarantee JBL went backstage after the show to apologize to Seth Rollins while kissing Triple H's ass.
Grab it.
I can understand ejecting Luke Harper because he was clearly hanging on to Chris Jericho's leg when the referee caught him, but why eject Eric Rowan, who did absolutely nothing but stand around looking sheepish? Perhaps Bray is finally regretting his decision to stand around and constantly taunt Chris, which of course leads to Chris countering practically everything he does. Usually when Bray Wyatt does the Exorcist crawl, it's to freak out his opponents, but here he's just moving to the corner while Chris is completely oblivious to it, thus turning down the horror factor of the Exorcist walk.
Can possess someone to be able to contort their body like that.
Jerry the King Lawler has clearly never heard of contortionists who do that type of thing for a living.
Crawl for me, Chris!
I think Bray's actually trying to get Chris Jericho to perform the Exorcist crawl as well. Imagine if Chris actually did that himself.
You know that, right?
Once again, that's what you get for constantly taunting, stalling, and doing everything except defeat your opponent. God, this is so frustrating. I want to root for Bray Wyatt, but I just can't. Considering a majority of this match was Bray resting and taunting Chris while taking minimal punishment, I'm actually shocked that a sudden code breaker out of nowhere was enough to finish off this supposed supernatural being. Seth Rollins can clearly see that the trunk of his car is open, yet doesn't figure that Dean Ambrose is secretly hiding in it to attack him, and chooses to look around the parking lot for nearly a whole minute. After being attacked twice by the Lunatic Fringe tonight, how the hell did Seth not figure this out? Also, I think something that would have been better to do in this case was Dean Ambrose hiding in the backseat of Seth's car, briefly visible to the camera as the car speeds away. We could have done another Edge captures Paul Bearer angle here, except with Dean torturing Seth. It's time for the Battle Royal to crown a new Intercontinental Champion, but first, let's make sure to spend nearly 10 minutes on entrances because we kinda canceled the match between Seth and Dean and have to do something to make sure we reach the 3-hour mark. The entire existence of Damian Sandow wearing all these wacky and sad outfits when he had an actual good character going on for him a couple years ago. Boy, that had to be awkward for Heath Slater to still use the 3MB entrance music despite Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal getting released from WWE. Sucks we'll probably never see those two ever again. In this Battle Royal, we're allowing Diego to compete, but fuck El Torito and Fernando apparently. Why not just have all three compete? Would probably make this far more entertaining than what we are watching right now. Kofi Kingston, a guy who has pyrotechnics normally, does not have them tonight, despite this event shooting off a lot of it. He does his jump and nothing.
One other man has ever unified the Intercontinental and United States.
Whoa, hold on a second there. Michael Cole automatically assumes that Sheamus is going to immediately unify the Intercontinental Championship with his United States Championship should he win this match. Have you not thought that maybe he'd just be a double champion or something? Bad News Barrett, of course, is the reason this match even exists due to his elbow injury. However, no disrespect, we just went through nearly 10 minutes of entrances. Can we at least start the match?
I've got some bad news.
This promo's gonna continue on a little longer. Also, the only thing that would actually shock me is Bad News Barrett is miraculously healed from his injury and will be entering the match. But the bad news is he will face the winner once he heals, something we all could have easily figured out.
champion. And look at Khali.
WWE tried and failed to make it seem like the great Khali threw all those wrestlers off of him, because the majority were already moving before he could even stand up, and because we all know how sadly fragile Khali is, so...
Zack Ryder and now Titus O'Neil.
Zack Ryder be like, "Aw man, I just got eliminated. Hold up, I need to run back to the apron first so I can hit it. Yeah, feel my anger." Biggest wrestler in a battle royal is eliminated by everybody else at once cliche. Show of hands, who saw that coming? I can't see your hands, but I'm assuming you just raised them right now. Hey, asshole on the toilet watching this video, raise your fucking hand before you wipe your ass.
5 participants in this match. Oh, look at Dolph Ziggler.
When it takes more than 3 attempts to say only 5 participants have been Intercontinental Champion, you might as well forget it because there was a bunch of whatever going on here. The Miz can clearly be shown hiding right here, yet nobody notices. Not the commentators, not even the referee. Must be learning how to stay incredibly still just to become invisible. This Battle Royal practically has all the cliches when you think about it. A bunch of whatever to start, the biggest wrestler throws everyone off of him, then he gets eliminated by everyone at once, the jobbers quickly get eliminated without so much as a second glance, commentators go through Battle Royal win history, 2 big wrestlers stare at each other and attempt to look badass, more whatever happens, a heel wrestler hides outside the ring, and then it ends with that hiding wrestler sneaking up on the guy who thought he won. Phew, that was a long sin. The Miz tries to eliminate Sheamus, but makes sure to hold onto the leg the wrong way, which will ensure Sheamus will stay in the match.
Kofi went over the top.
What I like about this is that you don't have to wait for a Royal Rumble match when it comes to Kofi Kingston performing some sort of impressive save. Is this the first sin of remove since the freaking opening match?
To his feet. Oh, tilt-a-whirl back.
Alberto Del Rio's tilt-a-whirl backbreaker would have been impressive except for Dolph Ziggler landing on his feet first before the knee could connect with the back. Alright, that save was much more impressive than the last one because Kofi Kingston had to rely on Big E literally catching him on his shoulders in midair. Holy shit, that was awesome to watch. These guys should totally team up someday.
Sheamus looking to unify the...
He's not going to unify the mid-card titles if he wins this match, you fucking moron!
Wait for the Famouser.
Dolph Ziggler looked to hit the Famouser on Sheamus, but ended up teabagging him instead. Lucky bastard. I mean, gross.
Dolph is not going to be up there. Oh, my lord.
Boy, this really hasn't been the day for Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler, am I right, guys? That's 2 botches in a row.
John Cena doesn't even have to get pinned.
Stephanie McMahon says this as though John Cena has never conquered these odds even once in his entire career. Boy, someone's really got to show her John's WWE title history. Either that or this is some of the worst acting ever. WWE begins Randy Orton's entrance by showing his video on the Titantron, but then switches to just his RKO logo. It's dumb enough that they no longer show those entrance videos, but to briefly show it before switching to mere graphics is even worse. John Cena probably heard rumors that residents of Tampa, Florida are completely unaware of what city they're in and said that to remind them where they are. Since Randy Orton prematurely touched both title belts, I think we can immediately assume that he's not winning this match tonight.
Hey, it's every man for himself.
No joke, that's the second time between the ring introductions and the bell ringing where Michael Cole reminds us that it is every man for himself in a fatal 4-way match.
It's almost like Kane is an afterthought.
Well, that might be because Kane has been so downgraded over the last couple of years that literally nobody would even think to select him as the next WWE champion.
Guys, you surprised with the way that Orton and Kane have been working together?
I mean, let's take a look. Despite everything they've been arguing about, both Kane and Randy Orton are still members of the Authority, so are we really shocked at all that they're working together in this match?
Roman Reigns.
It's been over a year and a half since John Cena had his feud with The Rock, so I'm actually shocked that the fans are continuing to chant Fruity Pebbles to him. I don't even remember if that was a trending thing in July of 2014. You can't be serious, right? Kane's reasoning for trying to pin Roman Reigns is telling Randy Orton that he was on the floor outside, when the logical answer would be, I'm a participant in this match who also wants to be WWE champion, you moron.
Look at how it's Kane breaking it up. What?
Don't even try to act surprised, Jerry. Kane and Randy literally were fighting 2 minutes ago after the last miscommunication.
Randy Orton. So what a takedown by Randy Orton.
Damn, that was actually impressive to see Randy take down Roman right into the half Boston grab. So impressive that we will never see him do that technique in his career ever again.
He's right to the bottom rope. John Cena.
Randy Orton is in so much pain from the STF that he's able to freely move his head around despite being trapped. Something doesn't feel right about this submission. Can't quite put my finger on it though.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Look at John Cena struggling to lock in the STF while Roman Reigns is doing absolutely nothing to avoid being caught in the move? Seriously, John is just standing around doing nothing. What the hell is this right here? If John Cena is aware enough to lift his head up to look around, then surely he's got enough awareness to get his own shoulders up, right? John's not even trying to look good in this match at all, and that's just sad.
Choke slam. Oh man, what?
Would we even call it a choke slam given Kane's hand released John's neck and went down to his pecs? Pec slam?
One.